Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In today's video, I'm going to check in on my November budget by closing out our second budget by paycheck for the month, which our payday is the 8th, but we do get paid a day early, so I'm filming this on November 7th. We had one bill due this week, and that was our electricity bill for $49, so I need to remember to do that. I did already pull out $50 for my mother-in-law's birthday, and we've already sent her card. This is just a quick snapshot of my vision board, which I think I'm going to start doing up a little bit more in the coming months. But my birthday is this month, so I'm going to enjoy my birthday guilt-free. I will not spend what I don't have, and I've already had the oil change and maintenance on the car, and that was almost $50. I'm just gonna put aside $50 for that for future reference. So these are the goals that we have for the month, and we're saving this weekly and we're investing this weekly, so I'm continuing with that. I am still doing cash stuffing on Tasha's money and stuff, so if you have not been over there yet, why not? Cash stuffing can be fun, and it is exciting to be able to do all of the different savings challenges that I'm sharing. So if you would like to subscribe, please go ahead and do that. It's absolutely free. So we planned for an income of $1,100 to budget with this week, but we're budgeting with a little bit less. So what we had was $211.11 come in, and then we had another $262 come in, and that brought us to $473.11. And then I'm adding this amount to what was already in the account at the time the transfers hit, and that was $64.79. So that brings our total budget for this week $537.90. So let me write that down as our actual. And since I do a zero-based budget over here, the same amount is going to equal to our expenses. We're going to give every dollar somewhere to go. So my top priority was Ephesians 6:10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. That's a good reminder. So our tithes for this week, for our giving bucket, we did plan for 110, but we actually are only going to be able to give $63 based on the money that came in. My mother-in-law's birthday, I do have to put that because I took that money out. So this is 6 and 5 is 11, and this is 3, so that's 1. Oh my gosh, I can't count. 63 plus 50 is 113. What else? Okay, so after our giving bucket, we're moving on to investing. Now this is a big part of our journey here. We've been slowly increasing our percentage going to investing for the past 2 quarters. I think we were doing 5%. It was a little over like 4.25%, but now we're doing about 6% each week, and we're trying to stick to that until we get into next year, and we might raise that again, who knows. But every single week I'm leaving behind $35 for Fidelity to take out to invest in my IRA, and then $30 going to Robinhood for dividend investing. So that $65 is still staying the same despite the lower income, because this is a fixed number for us right now. Now for cash expenses, we did have to wiggle around some things to be able to still take out cash, because we do have needs like laundry. So what I am going to do, I think I'm going to put $30 into our laundry envelope, just because I know we're working with less this week, and we did go away 1 week, so that kind of threw off my laundry cycle, so we might need a little bit more. My wallet, I did say what I was putting in my wallet and I forgot. Let me just check my spreadsheet. I'm putting $5 in my wallet, so I'm giving myself $5 only this week. We just have to do that for now. Challenges is going to get 25, and I have a new challenge that I can't wait to share. So again, if you have not been over to Tasha's Money and Stuff, please check us out. So $60 is what I pulled out in cash, and that's how I plan to allocate it. I might make a tweak or two, but we'll see when we get there. For bills and expenses, this is where there's some changes. Okay, now for food, we still need to give ourselves some money for food. $75 is a low amount for our family, but we're working with it. The rent plus the extra, we can't do anything this week, not with this paycheck. So and thankfully November is a 5-pay month, so Because of that, we'll still have that last paycheck, that extra paycheck in the month of November to catch up for next month's rent. Electricity bill still has to get $49. Credit card number one is getting $34 as planned, and the Visa with the 0% interest is getting $63 as planned. So 75 plus 49 plus 34 plus 63 equals $221 that we're putting towards bills this week. And then moving up to the savings bucket, our automatic savings is the same. That's not changing. So $75 is being left behind in our account. So all of those savings I talked about, all of these can happen, plus an extra $25, I believe, that will go towards an extra debt payment in the middle of the month. Christmas will not be able to get anything this week because, again, the paycheck was a little bit low. So we planned for $1,100 for income and expenses, but what actually happened to give us a zero-based budget is the $537.90, and I forgot to double check just to make sure my pre-planning was right too. So we started with $537.90. I already know something is wrong. I forgot to add the cushion. But let's subtract the giving and then investing. The cash I pulled out. Did I pull it out before or after? I think this is right. Let me just make sure. Then the bills, $221. And we're at $78.90. So yeah, I'm missing $3.90. So $3.90 is staying behind in the cushion. $3.90. So this makes this $78 with 90 cents. Yeah. Why can't I do this right? $78.90. So that is our zero-based budget. $537.90 put to work for future and for current. So we still have to pay these bills. We're already ahead of our mortgage, well, our rent, but we're calling it a mortgage. You know, we're all about the mindset behind the money over here. So we're calling it a mortgage. We're already ahead of this, so I'm not worried about not being able to put a portion aside this week. And it's an extra pay month, so we can do this. All right, and so finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Be strong in him. Our strength is not on our own, it's in him. So that's our zero-based budget. All I need to do now is make my money moves so I can have everything where it needs to be ahead of Friday, with the exception of the auto savings, because again, that happens automatically. But I've already accounted for the $50. We already pulled that out in cash and gave it to my mother-in-law. Tithe is going to get $63, so I'm going to send that over. I'm going to do the rest of the money moves that I can, and then I'll come back to update my expense tracker. Okay, so a couple of things have changed. I did send the tithe for $63. The $50 was accounted for. This is the same that we already talked about. What changed? $48.61 was the actual cost of our electricity bill, so that was a difference of 39 cents. 49 minus 48.61 is 39 cents. So I basically just add that to what's in the cushion. So $3.90 plus 39 cents is $4.29. $4.29 in our cushion now. And the Visa card, the 0% interest was actually $62, but I still paid $63. Paying an extra dollar is a good thing, not a bad thing. And what else? I think that was it. Those are the only two changes. So we're going to just go ahead and update my expense tracker. I last tracked up until the 6th, where we had $275.89 as a balance. And I'm just going to double check to make sure that my numbers are right, because I think I was a little bit off on the 6th for those Target groceries. No, that's right. $275.89. Okay, I was right. And then I did go grocery shopping on the same day. I went to Stop and Shop, and I had to buy. I made a list. I always make a list now before I go, like right before I go, so that I don't get tempted to buy things that I don't need. But we spent $32.46, and that basically affects the $75 that we allocated for this week. So 75 minus 32.46. We still have $42 left. And I made dinner last night for the next 2 nights. So I know I don't have to cook again, if I decide to, until Friday night or Saturday morning. So I'm trying my best to stay on budget here. On November 6th, I also pulled out $60 in cash, but let me first subtract this and make sure I know what the balance is. 243.43, and that's what I have here. And then going to the next page, I took out $60 in cash on the 6th. I'll call that ATM. That was a cash withdrawal. I'm going to categorize that as savings. Why? Because most of that money is going to savings anyway. So that's $60. I just flipped my whole calculator. Minus 60 equals 183.43. I hope y'all can see that. And then the next thing that happened after that was the 262. That was the second part of this week's income that was deposited on the 7th. And so this is paycheck. And that was a deposit. That's the type of transaction it was. And the category is income. And so we're adding $262 to this amount to bring us to $445.43. Okay. And then I withdrew the $63 going to our tithe and give account. So we're going to say the account was the tithe account. This was a transfer, and that was for tithing. Minus $63 brings us to $382.43. I have pending transactions, of course, and the only reason why I'm not putting them in now is because, again, this is a debit account, and I like to write things in as soon as I know they're there. But to help keep me from overspending, I already know what our budget plan was and what the actual is. So I know how much we've already spent for food because I've already written that into my expense tracker, so I can track it here, and I'll track it on my spreadsheet for my husband to take a look at later. I know I've already made these payments. I always keep screenshots and confirmation numbers in a private place, and my check marks tell me, hey, I did do this. So I don't go overspending. So I don't look at this and say, yo, I have $300 in there. No, you don't, girl. Because also I have upcoming recurring transfers to our savings accounts coming out too. So to make sure we have enough to cover everything, I'm going to take away the $65 that goes to investing, the $75 that's set apart for automatic savings and a future debt payment, and then the $48.41 I just paid. $48.61 I just paid to the electricity bill. The $63 I paid to Visa, and the $34 I paid to credit card number 1. Is $96.82 left if I'm not missing anything. So we still have an actual cushion of about $96, which is good for me. I like to see that. And that gives me a realistic understanding of what's in here, so I don't go touching it. Some of this is the rest of our food money, which is about $42 or so. So this helps me. I like looking at it like that and making sure everything is right. Now we're going to make a projection for paycheck number 3, and I have that on my spreadsheet, so I'm going to check it and then come right back to you guys. Okay, I do expect things to get back to normal for paycheck 3 because, again, the reason why paycheck number 2 was a little short is because a week and a half ago we had a vacation and my husband took a few days off, and that did affect how much income we were able to use from what he brought in. But everything is good. I'm still going to plan for $1,100. Romans 8 is my top priority. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. And our giving bucket, we plan for $110 for the tithe and $92 for my birthday. That is going to stay the same. So 110 plus 92 equals 202. Okay, and then for investing, you guys already know, right? This is the same. This is $65 a week right now, so that's not changing. So 202 plus 65 gives us 267. So we have 833 left. Now for cash, the plan is $80. So Let's put, what did I do in week 1? Let's put 25 to laundry, or let me give it 30 because I really want to get ahead of our laundry costs. My wallet, I'll put 15, and for challenges, we'll get the rest. So we had 833. 80 minus 30 minus 15 equals 35. So 35 going to challenges. So that 833 minus 80 is 753 now that we have to work with. So then let's look at bills and expenses. For food, it's $75. That's the plan. Credit card number 1, $38. Then rent plus extra, $475. I should put a little bit more this week, but I think I'm going to just stick to $475 and see what happens, because again, I did not plan for an extra mortgage payment at the end of the month, so we still have that 5th paycheck to use if we need because we'll need to. Spectrum, $90. This is our internet only provider. So we were at $753, but first I need to add this up. 75 plus 38 plus 475 plus 90 is $678 for bills. Oh my gosh, I forgot what it was already. I think I said 753, which means we have $75 left, and that's all that we're putting aside for our auto savings over here. So the plan is $75, if I did that right. Let's see if I did it right. Let me zoom out. Did I do that right? All right, 1100 minus 202 for giving, minus 65 to invest, $80 in cash. I did do that right. 678 for bills, and $75 to cover our automatic savings and extra debt payment. Boom, we have a zero-based budget. So planned income 1100, planned expenses 1100, and that is that on that. I don't think I have anything else to do but to just quickly check my monthly budget to make sure I update it while I'm here. So we did pay the Visa card just now, right? We paid $63. And oh shoot, my life insurance, where did I put that? I think life insurance is going to come out somewhere at the end of the month. Okay, anyway, we're good. We're going to trust God on this. Life insurance here, Geico, and PSEG here. So I'll just write PSEG, and we did pay $48.61. What else did we do? Nothing that requires me to fill it. Oh, my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law's birthday, we did take $50 and put that aside for that. All right, those are the only things that I need to fill in on my monthly budget, so I know that we're keeping track of this. And now the last thing I need to do is calculate how much we paid towards debt, so I can update my debt tracker on my brain dump page. So we had $34 to Visa and $34 to credit card number 1, which is Capital One, Quicksilver, and $63 to Visa. So $97 this week. I wanted to do more, but there we go. We trust God. So $97 debt paid this week. 97, and this was for Visa and credit card number 1. All right, we're making moves. We're doing what we need to do. PSEG was paid, and I wrote $48.61 here. Anyway, I always round up on bills on my monthly budget anyway, so that's fine. And then we had a little extra to put towards what do you call that? The cushion. All right, y'all. So I think that's it. I think I did everything I needed to do for my second budget by paycheck for the month of November. I hope you guys found some value in this video anywhere. If you did, please don't forget to like this video, comment down below how you found my channel, if you feel encouraged here, or just whatever is on your heart and mind. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Bye for now. Thanks for being here.